dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Olivia Calfee. We learned earlier this evening about a death investigation in Letcher County. State police are investigating after one man reportedly shot and killed another in the UZ community. After arriving at the scene, troopers and medical personnel found 45-year-old Nicholas Webb of Whitesburg, who was later pronounced dead by the coroner's office. Police arrested 56-year-old Rodney Webb of Whitesburg a short time later. Nicholas Webb's body was taken to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy. Rodney Webb was taken to the Letcher County Jail. A road in Rockcastle County is back open after a rock slide left it closed for 2 days. Crews with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet worked on a section of US 25 near Livingston. Officials say the slide happened morning after severe weather made its way through the area prior that day. Senate President Robert Stivers has secured more than $70 million for infrastructure and resources in Knox County. Some of the items included in the budget will be $53 million for a new judicial center, as well as $8.5 million for a new county administrative office. $1.5 million will go toward finishing the city's hall and EMS buildings. Judge Executive Mike Mitchell thanked Stivers for his efforts. Governor Beshear signed Senate Bill 45, which combines the Ashanti Alert and Ian Alert systems. The Ashanti Alert system will establish an Amber Alert type system for adults. The Ian Alert will add specific language for missing autistic children and children with special needs. The Ian Alert was added before heading to the governor's desk. That will now become law. Voter registration in Kentucky is surging ahead of next month's primary. Kentucky's Secretary of State Michael Adams says more than 8,800 new voters registered in March. Republican voter registration increased 16%. Democratic voter registration dropped 5%. Independent or third-party voters went up by 60%. Earlier this morning, an earthquake shook millions of people across a large part of the Northeast, including New York City, New Jersey, and Philadelphia. CBS News correspondent Michael George reports from New York. The earthquake caused a wide range of reactions.
Is this an earthquake? Yo, is this an earthquake?
This live streamer was filming when the 4.8 magnitude earthquake shook much of the northeastern U.S. on Friday morning.
All of us felt in some way or another the earthquake that hit our city around 10:23 a.m.
The earthquake startled customers at this coffee shop. While from Harlem to the New York suburbs, Friday's earthquake was recorded and the story shared far and wide.
We saw the buildings moving and everything, though. It was kind of scary.
I enjoyed the shaking. I was not fearful. I said, whatever comes, comes.
A camera on the top of the Statue of Liberty created a bird's eye view of the quake. These dogs jumped to attention as the shaking rocked homes, and a meeting at the United Nations was briefly interrupted.
We're making the ground shake.
It's a reminder that, we need to prepare in a place like New York City that rarely gets earthquakes. Even a little shake can kind of test some systems, and good that people are inspecting to make sure that nothing was disturbed.
We were in our hotel room and we felt this rumbling on the floor, and it felt like there was a subway going under us.
I was scared. I've never felt one before because I grew up in New York and we don't really have them often.
State and local officials are warning residents to be on alert for aftershocks, which continued into Friday evening. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
The U.S. Geological Survey says more than 42 million people might have felt the mid-morning quake.
After some gross weather for most of your Friday, we are tracking some drier weather and some clearing conditions as we go into tonight. Up on first alert pinpoint Doppler, notice most of us getting a little bit of a break from the wet weather. Still watching out though for a few patches of wintry mix over those higher peaks of far southeast Kentucky. Also pushing into southwest Virginia for Harlan County, also into Lee and Wise counties at this hour. But again, for most of us, we are dry as we go into tonight under a clearing sky, and those lows are cold to wake up in the morning, as most of us are close to or below freezing in the upper 20s to lower 30s. So a first alert, a freeze warning is in place. So be sure to protect those plants as we stay cold to wake up in the morning. Let's time this out on Future View. And once again, we are chilly in the morning, but a nice day is on the way tomorrow. We stay dry under some sunshine. Those temperatures also still below average, but not as cold as Friday. We top out in the middle to upper 50s. And once again, a frost or freeze threat is on the way into late Saturday. Also, as you wake up on Sunday, as we are dry under a clear sky. Your forecast tomorrow looking pretty good. We see some sunshine and those temperatures back in the middle to upper 50s. So still below average, but a warming trend is on the way for this weekend. Also into early next week, we should be close to 66. We top out in the upper 60s to lower 70s on Sunday, middle to lower 70s on Monday, and some more middle to upper 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So some warmer weather is on the way. Up on your 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view. Watching out for that next rainmaker by Sunday night into your Monday, and more rain chances by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Olivia?
All right, Cameron, thank you. Now, right here in the Queen City, Hazard will see the Great American Eclipse reach 92% totality. The Challenger Learning Center is hosting a viewing party. Their goal is to give the public a unique, special glimpse at the eclipse. As officials continuously remind us not to look directly at the sun, people at the Challenger Center say they have just the solution.
So we'll have a special telescope that's going to give you a really great view of the sun. It's got a special filter on it, so it's made for solar viewing, and I don't know anywhere else that has one around here. Another great thing is definitely you want to see this eclipse if you can, because there won't be another one for over 10 years at least.
And if you don't have access to a fancy telescope, you'll want to get a pair of Eclipse glasses. The Challenger Learning Center is giving those away up until Eclipse Day. April is National Donate Life Month, and the Kentucky Organ Donor Affiliates, or CODA, is kicking off the month with an event in Hazard. The month is a chance for the organization to raise awareness on the benefits of organ donation. Officials with both Hazard ARH and CODA came together for a flag raising with a speech from one Kentucky organ recipient.
There's just so many people here in Eastern Kentucky who have black lung, diabetes, and so many other health conditions, and we're just advocating for those who have those conditions, who are, facing the transplant road, because sometimes we're their only voice. They're already so sick and they're so dependent on someone being their advocate, and we're happy to do that.
Officials with CODA say one organ donor can save up to 8 lives through donation. The Floyd County Health Department hosted a training today all about trauma response. The Stop the Bleed program invited folks from as far as Big Stone Gap, Virginia to the department, training them to respond to trauma situations like shootings, stabbings, storms, and more. From wound packing to tourniquet response, attendees learned how to stop bleeds on others and themselves in order to save precious time and blood while waiting for first responders. The class aims to be a recurring event to help people become more informed and trained.
Or if there's anyone out in the community, an agency in Floyd County that would like to have their employees trained, they can reach out either to myself or to John Hunt, which is our regional preparedness coordinator here in the Big Sandy area, and we'll get that set up.
Officials say the program, which you can find more about on our website, is a crucial piece in saving lives. In Lexington, the first race of the day kicked off at 1 o'clock amid Keeneland's ongoing construction project. For those who are familiar with Keeneland, things likely looked a little different when they returned to the track today. Keeneland is currently embarking on a $93 million project, adding more seating, dining, and a new welcome center. The races at Keeneland will be going on all month long up until April 26th. And thank you for joining us tonight. Nate Johnson and Armando Berry will have highlights and scores from across the coverage area in tonight's ARH Sports Overtime. It is coming your way right after this break.